Hi friends, welcome back to the shop for another Geo Metro episode. And I say Geo because even though this is a Chevy, it's really a Geo at heart. What we're doing today is we are doing something that I hope will fix the shimmy that we feel at 60 miles per hour, which is suspension parts. So as stated before, we do have a shimmy in the car above 60 miles per hour. In order to make this vehicle safe to drive on the interstate, we've got to take care of that. And in this 1999, I crawled under and I looked at all the different suspension components thinking that it could be just maybe something easy. And everything is, well, 25 years old. It's old, it's greasy, it's half seized, the ball joints are just shot. But today we're going to start with the actual strut, spring, and this entire assembly. If you are most unfortunate and you have not been able to locate the entire assembly like I have, because I am a lazy person and I am not going to mess with these springs, we're going to put a link to these in the description of this video for you. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started on the work. We may pause it from time to time to tell you exactly what it is that we're doing, but the purpose of this video is more or less to show you, kind of guide you steps visually on how to do something, not an exact tutorial. It is hot here today in Southern Ohio and I kind of want the shop fans going. It makes too much noise for me to actually speak and work with the fans going at the same time, so we will pause from time to time to make note of what's super important. And right now, when you get started into this, it's super important to break your wheel nuts when your car's on the ground and completely remove the top head bolts before you jack or lift the car up. This is also stated in the factory service manual if you happen to pick one of those up. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. All of the tool sizes that we're going to be using and even the torque specs, we're going to go ahead and list in the description of this video so that you can follow along. Never hurt anybody. Alright, one thing I want to call out is, even though the seller of these strut assemblies and a lot of other internet sources told me that they are non-specific for left and right, clearly they are. So we are on the driver's side or the left-hand side, and this brake line will not fit through the bracket made for it, because the one we pulled off, the bracket was on the front not the rear, of this strut assembly. When we pull the brake line to make it fit on this new bracket, it is just too tight. Well, this is what we get. And it is such a cheap car, I'm going to full send it with a couple zip ties, and we know that on the right hand side it's going to be aligned perfectly. Now everything that you did on the driver's side, just flip around and do it on the passenger side. We will show you right here exactly where that key difference is on the brake line so that you can actually see how it is that it fits on the passenger side as opposed to the driver. All right, anytime that you're buying parts off eBay or a third-party seller, you always want to make sure that the part you're getting is correct. And unfortunately, we had a problem with this strut assembly, which is why we're not going to be posting the link to that eBay store in the description of this video. So what we found was when we went to go install this new strut assembly, the actual top hat was not properly aligned with the hub bolts, so we had to go to AutoZone. Now, the whole reason we bought the strut assembly is to avoid using this thing. Well, sometimes there's no avoiding the inevitable. Fortunately for us, AutoZone has that free loaner tool program, so we got this at no cost to us. And additionally, all we had to do was compress the spring and spin the top hat. We did not have to undo any of the torque settings or anything. We didn't have to fully disassemble it. So for us, it was more of a headache of having to go get the loaner tool than it was actually having to reassemble the entire assembly. So as you can see, replacing the strut assembly should be fairly straightforward and easy for you. Just do your research before you go ahead and purchase any assemblies, or be aware to do a little bit more digging and make sure that the rental tool program is available in your area should you run into any problems. We hope this video helped you out, and if it did, smash that like button, give us a subscribe. We've got plenty more Metro videos coming. Thanks for watching, take care, and stay safe. We'll see you next time.